Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm on one of my local permissions today, and I thought let's grab the GoPro and take you guys along with me. I've had quite a bit of this farm actually. I've had a nice few bits of medieval, some hammered and a sword belt hanger and some Georgian silver, things like that. So I thought I'd bring you along. So let's see how it goes. I'm Gaz and this is discovermetaldetecting.co.uk. Okay guys, first signal. I've got a 20, 21. There we go. 21, 22. Little bit of iron there. Pull it back. Little bit of iron there. Could be falsing off the iron. I am gonna check. That is, I always tip the target to see if it's separated from the back. I think that is nothing to do. If there is iron down there, I don't think that is anything to do with the iron. Let's go at 90. It's quite a tight signal. Still coming in 21, 22. No iron there. No iron there. So let's just do one trick, which we can do on the Equinox 800, is let's just flick that down to 10 kilohertz and let's see what happens there. Okay, so it's starting to jump around a little bit, which is now giving me alarm bells. So I think I mean, it's still trying to give me 20, but that is bouncing around a bit. So what we are going to do now is I'm going to flick that back into multi before I forget, and we are going to dig that, and I think that is iron. I think that is iron, but I am happy to be mistaken, but I think that is iron, because when it flicked into 10 it suddenly started going all over the place. Oh, my shoelace has come undone there, my bootlace rather. Right, that is, oh dear, oh dear. Let's have a look, see what we got in there, see if we can find it. Right in the side there, and I'm not usually off with my pinpointing. I think, try switching it on. Okay, so that's interesting. So it was a little bit erratic. To be honest, I found a few of these bullets, but the brass, non-ferrous, we knew it was non-ferrous. Went into 10 kilohertz, kind of thought, didn't like that much, but to be safe, it's got to come out. So that is just general good skills. So there we go, one bullet. Okay, got another target here. It's coming in multi, about 14. Nice tight signal, 13, 14. Just tip the target, so let's pull back the coil. Nothing next to it, that way. Back of the coil, nothing there. Still at 14, let's have a quick check on 90. 14 that way. Tip the coil. Nothing really there. And nothing there. So there is nothing lead next to that. Now let's just have a double check in 10 kilohertz again. Okay, so in 10 kilohertz, that is still giving me 13, 14. So that has got to come out. And I'll tell you why. Let me just get back into multi before I forget. Because the hammered on this site, I'm not suggesting for one moment this is a hammered, but the hammereds have been coming out anything from 10 up to about 17. So that is, oh, it's going erratic. What you'll find on this site as well, or what I found on this site, hopefully not you, is that there's a lot of power lines on this site, and it can make when in multi a bit erratic. So there might be an occasion, if we get close to the power lines, I'm going to have to noise cancel again, or even I might have to drop down into single frequency, just right underneath the power lines. But yeah, we'll have a look. Right, so that is definitely out. Okay, let's have a look. Checking the hole, not there. Oh dear, that looks to be quite shallow. Oh, where on earth is that gone again? Oh, that is a coin, I can see. Oh, that looks quite modern to me. What is that? Oh, hello sheep. That looks like a modern 10p piece. So there we go. Hello. Hello, baby girl. Hey. Okay, so yeah, nice tight signal, a 14. Oh, hello, baby. These sheep are really friendly. In actual fact, they do like a good scratch, don't you? Okay, so there we go. A nice 10p piece, nice tight signal. We checked that there was nothing around it. Checked it in 10 kilohertz. Usually I would say I don't check everything in 10 kilohertz. It depends. You get a feeling after a while, and usually around the hammereds are coming in, you know, I'd say well, they've even been down to about 7 on the site, so between 7 and 15, 16. For the time it takes, I might just double check in 10 kilohertz just to see if the numbers are erratic, they don't lock on, or they shoot up into the 20s, which is a telltale sign of iron. So okay, on to the next one. Okay, I've got one of those which I was just describing in single figures, about 7. Again, you know, knowing my luck, it's a bit of foil. However, from what I've had on the past hit, let's have a look. I've got 7, 8. See, there's a bit of, it could be falsing off the iron there. There's something close to it, but a moment ago, for me, that was quite a tight signal. See, there's nothing there. The iron could be over here. There's quite good separation there. There's nothing there. It's right under the coil there, and I'm tipping there. So I think that is completely separate target there to any iron. So let's try that at 90. Again, 7, 8, 9. That's exactly where the hammereds were coming in. Let's pull back. There's a bit of iron there, but I think that's nothing there. I think that is a separate target. So I'm not going to check this in 10. I'm just going to whip that out. See what we've got. Okay, let's try and leave a little bit on the plug just to give it half a chance. Right, definitely in the top. Okay, let's have a little look. Oh, I can hear something there. Oh, I can see something round. Is that a button? Oh, it's one of those little 4-hole buttons. Oh, look at that, same size as a small penny. Okay, still a good sign, non-ferrous, round, and yeah, hopefully, you know, I'm getting a bit better at this now. So I could see that that was a separate target. There was iron around it, but the separation, I don't know, you just get a sense that, you know, by checking around it, it's just some really good skills by tipping the coil backwards and forwards until you lose the target. You can see if there's anything around the target. So we sort of checked it this side, checked it that side, checked it that side. There was kind of something here which gave an iron buzz, but I kind of knew that that was a separate target. So just good skills. So hopefully on to the next one, some better luck next time. Okay, I just thought I'd show this handy little tip. On my belt here, I've just got a Velcro loop and some bungee. It's just handy that, sometimes you see people, and every time they dig a target, they put the detector on the floor, they pick it up, they put it down, they pick it up. This is really handy because what it means is that I can let go. And the detector is just kind of hanging by my side, but I've got enough flexibility to completely do a sweep. So just a little top tip, works for me. So there we go. Okay, got one here. I think it's quite shallow, could be a modern coin maybe. Okay, so I'm getting 23, 24, 25. Tip the coil this way, nothing there. Bottom coil that way, so I know it's completely isolated target that way. Let's try it, 90. Quite a tight signal, giving me same numbers again, fluctuating slightly. Could be an irregular shape, so there's nothing there. Nothing there. Just out of interest, let's quickly check this in 10 kilohertz just to see what we got. Okay, and it's kind of giving me, it's flicking the odd 29, but it's roughly in the same ballpark. So I am definitely going to whip that out. So let's have a look. I do like targets that are in the 20s because it could be nudging on silver or a slightly larger copper coin maybe. Okay. Soil's quite nice here. It's quite sandy soil. Okay, so still in the hole, which is always a nice thing. Let's hopefully it's in this loose here. Might still be eluding me in there. Sounds like it's in the side. I'm not usually that poor with my pinpointing. Usually it's trash that gives you the runaround, but I'm happy to be told wrong. That is a coin. There we go. Let's have a look in there. I did say it was kind of 20s were in the copper. In the copper coins, it does look a little bit toasted. Let's have a little look there. I don't think it's anything great, but there we are. I think it's pretty well toasted. I can't see much on there. Okay, maybe we'll get a little bit of lemon juice on that to see if we can get something. I don't think that is a That could be a token actually. I think I could see a crown and a crest on it, but that's a nice little find. So we're kind of heading more into the farm this way now, so away from the gate. So okay, so that's nice little find. Great stuff. Okay, another one in here. It's coming in roughly 2021. Fluctuating a little bit, but I do like the numbers. Could be slightly irregular shape. There's nothing there, and there's nothing there. So let's have a quick check at 90. There's a little funny little iron buzz there, but there's nothing there, and there's nothing there. Again, let's do the little magic trick and have a check on 10, see if it goes berserk, because 10 kilohertz is a lot more discriminating. Okay, you know, so it's fluctuating slightly, but the Knox is still trying desperately to give me the same numbers. So it's telling me that there is definitely something there. So, oh, you can hear the Knox going absolutely erratic. I'm moving closer to the power lines now. Let's quickly do another noise cancel, see if I can quieten it down. If it gets any worse, I might have to drop down to single frequency. However, on another part of the farm, you've got to go really slow and drop the sensitivity down, and it's really hard going. But I've had 7 hammered out of a very small patch, so I don't know, I might even try and go back over there again for this video. I'm on a completely different field at the moment, but we may go later. Okay, so whatever it is, it's in the plug and it's given me, if it's stabilized a bit actually, 20, rock solid 20, so I do like 20s. Okay, let's have a look here. What have we got? Very sandy, this soil, it's lovely. Okay, we're getting closer. Where are you? I can see something round, and yeah, I bet that is a modern halfpence, or oh, look at that, that is a heartbreaker. That is a silver rivet. Oh, look at that, boys. Don't you just hate that? So what have we learned from this target? It was on his own, it was separate, we checked around it. In multi, this is obviously aluminium, so quite highly conductive, so that was giving us the numbers into the 20s, quite small, so those numbers are absolutely spot on. Small piece of aluminium, larger pieces that would have given us more of a higher number in the 20s. We dropped down to 10 kilohertz and it was flicking around a little bit, wasn't quite sure, it was still trying to give me the 20. But with aluminium, again, it's not anything that would stop me from digging a target. However, it is food for thought. It's kind of absolutely down to you that if you see erratic numbers, you're always taught that it's trash if the Knox can't lock on. But there you go, round aluminium. Okay, another target here. What have we got? Quite faint actually, showing how many bars is showing 4 bars on there, so it's either quite small and shallow or it is quite deep. Little bit erratic, which is not alarming me too much at the moment, but it's constantly, the Knox is desperately trying to give me the same numbers around sort of early 20s. It could be in a regular shape while it's bouncing around. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. isolated target there. Slightly more stable that way. Well, maybe not actually. So that is bouncing around a little bit, but again, nothing there and nothing there. So, out of interest, right, so what have I gleaned from that? It's definitely non-ferrous. It could be an irregular shape because it's not locking on, desperately trying to give me the same numbers. So it's definitely not a coin. I definitely don't think it's a coin, but it's non-ferrous, irregular shape. Could be a bit of junk, but let's take a look, see if I'm right. It's definitely in that side of the plug, not very deep, so could be quite small. Let's very shallow, in fact. In fact, we're right on top of it and it's not giving me a continuous. So can you hear the knocks going berserk again because of the power lines? Right, okay, so it's definitely in there. Okay, so what have we got? Not there. Not there. Right, so that is it there. So what is that? That is very light. That is molten aluminium. So what did we glean from the numbers? So we knew it was non-ferrous. That was quite clear. The Knox was desperately trying to give me the same number again, but we checked it. It was flickering about. Now that is the reason why those numbers were flicking around, because it's not round. It's an irregular shape. But it was non-ferrous, so you know, you make your own decision on whether you want to dig that out, but that could have been for the time it takes to whip it out. So irregular aluminium, shaped aluminium, and Knox numbers. There we go. To another field here. It's really busy. I've not even got through the gate yet. I'm thinking this was an old trackway. I've just found a couple of pieces of aluminium. This is really noisy around here. And but I had quite a solid 24-25, which I wasn't going to dig, but it was such a strong audio, but I didn't video it. You can just see, I've just turned the soil over, you can see the imprint here, and there's something that I don't know what that is there. Okay, that looks Manchester City FC. Okay, for all you Man City fans out there, there's a nice little badge that somebody's dropped at some stage. There we go, quite a high signal, 24-25, rock solid, round. So there you go, Man City. Okay, got a really nice little signal here. 21, 22, nothing that side of it, nothing that side of it. Try it, 90, very tight signal, strong audio. 21, 22, nothing that way, nothing that way. That I would not surprise me if that was a coin or something round. That was a very strong audio, strong lock. Nothing around it. 15 kilohertz. Let's have a quick look to see what we can see. Double blip there, so we're right on it, or it's on edge. Okay, what do we got? There we go, I see something round, and that looks to me like a £1 coin. Oh, I don't even think I can spend that anymore. That's a shame. There we go. So what did we glean? Nice tight numbers, no fluctuation, only by maybe one degree. you know, strong audio, nothing around it. So yeah, another coin. Good stuff. Got another one here, guys. I didn't film the whole thing. I've taken the plug out. There was a very messy signal. I didn't really want to waste your time. However, there is something about this that just made me want to dig this, and I think it's right in there. I can't see anything at the minute, but it's in that side. The pinpointer is telling me it's in the side. So let's see what we can see. It's not in there. We're right on it. Oh, is that a piece of rubbish? Is that why it was bouncing around? Oh, I can see something. Oh dear, it's another pound coin. Another one I can't spend. Absolutely great. Okay, yeah, I didn't record it, but there was just something about this signal. It was surrounded by stuff, but you know, the Nox is great at just separating targets. It just gives you, once you tune in, you know if it's a separate target to the, you know, anything that's going on around it. So yeah, there we go, another pound coin. The rain's coming. It said for the area we were going to get 10% chance of rain. Unfortunately, I think I'm the 10%. So I'm trying to cover the GoPro over with my beanie hat. Okay, but I've had a signal here. What are the numbers? 18, 19, 20. Don't know what it is. I've just dug out the plug. It looks like it's still in the hole. Could be anything. Let's hopefully it's in the loose, and then we have a lovely surprise. I don't know. Probably not in there. Still in the hole. Okay, so let's take a look, see what we can see. Something in here. Okay, so right, it's quite isolated, so it's not a huge bit of iron, thankfully. Okay, so let's just tease a little bit out of the side wall. Let's see what we've got. Hopefully that is now in the loose. Got a few stones in there. Oh, I think I can see it. Is that it there? Bit of pewter. Actually, that is a good sign, because that, I know that looks a bit nondescript. That's the oldest thing I found today. I've had medieval off of here, but that is either a pot rim or maybe like a cup or a jug. That's got some age to it, which is good because it means I'm in the right place. So where there's items like that, there's more interesting stuff as well, albeit that is quite interesting. So our first bit of medieval today, a nice bit of pewter cup or jug rim there. Okay, I've got an interesting one here. It's a bit busy around it, but because of where I am going to dig this. Let me just show you though. So it's given me 19, 20, 21, but I've got an iron buzz there. I've got nothing there. Could it be a bit of iron which it's falsing on the end? I'm not so sure. Let's have a look. Bouncing around that way. Iron there. Iron. There's a lot of iron around it, but for some reason I have got a sneaky suspicion that is a separate target. So let's just quickly whip that out. So is that iron falsing, or is that a separate target in the 20s? let's have a look. It's not looking good, is it? Let's dig out some loose just to see if there's anything that's changed orientation in there. Oh, I can see what that is. Right, did I not say that was a separate target? No. What we have got there. Now I've had a few of these out, and these are quite nice things. They're sadly I've actually dated dated these. They are about kind of 1800s. Now that is a lead bag seal. Let's just get my brush part out. So when they were in the fields, and typically the name on these has been coming out as a guy that bagged up manure in the 1800s. I suppose not very glamorous, but where there's muck there's money. Okay, so we'll clean that up a little bit more when I get home, but that is it's a little lead. There's a little bit of detail on that. Yeah, so that is identical to the other ones that I've found. So yeah, he bagged up manure. So as you can see, there are some holes where the string went through. So as he drew the bags, they would seal the bags with this lead seal, and I guess that was proof of the contents. Little 1800s lead bag seal, a nice little find. So what did we glean from that? Very busy around it. There is some iron, but again the knocks was telling me that there was just something about that signal that told me that it was a separate signal. I had to dig it. So there we are, lovely little lead bag seal.